Can you believe this place? Rag City.
It's pretty, huh? Perfect. I hope Luke likes it.
You know, it is really pretty. I hope Bart likes it.
You've got to be kidding.
Don't worry, I am. Come on.
Welcome to the Rad Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Donaldson, and a super fan of the movie, probably like you. In this podcast, I will be interviewing the cast of the film, some of the writers, and some notable fans. You can watch this podcast as a video podcast on YouTube or listen to it anywhere you listen to podcasts. Please consider liking and subscribing and share this with your Rad fan friends. This episode is a fun conversation with Kellie McQuiggin, aka Foxy, and she has some great stories to tell. I apologize for some of the technical difficulties during this recording. My podcast microphone wouldn't work with the platform that I use to record. If you watch the video, my background is reversed, all of which I'm trying to resolve before the next interview, hopefully with Jamie Clark, who played Crew's best friend Luke. And to our friend from Belleville, Ontario, who wrote in via Buzzsprout, saying, "I'm loving the podcast so far. Looking forward to more. There's been lots of talk about a Rad 40th anniversary event in Cochrane. Do you know where I can find out more information? Thanks." And actually, that would be an amazing topic for the pod. Well, a couple of things about that. One, there is more information coming soon. I am privy to a bit of it. I know the organizers. It's Jeremy and Kurt, and I will have more information soon. I can tell you that it's being planned for a weekend in July, and the organizers, who I will have on here to when things are a little bit more firm, are trying to plan some incredible things for the event. It's going to be fun. Also, if you want to reach out via email, please use radbmxmoviepodcast@gmail.com. I'll put that in the show notes. And feel free to reach out there or via social media, because I'm always welcoming suggestions or questions or guests, anything you want to say. So please reach out. Ladies and gentlemen, Foxy herself, Kellie McQuiggin. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well tonight. Thank you for asking, Tony.
And actually, you're a newlywed. So are you still using McQuiggin, or did you change your name?
I am going to be changing my name. It's just I'm going to Mexico, so I'm just waiting to change my passport. So
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's point out the obvious. Behind you, you have the outfit that you wore in the dance scene.
Yes, that is my outfit that I wore in the dance scene. And I did get it signed by Hal Needham, Bill Allen, Kevin Hull, Jamie Clark at the 25th anniversary. So
fantastic.
Cool.
So speaking of the anniversaries, are you planning on going to the 40th?
But of course, I hope so. I hope there's some good things going on. I'm looking forward to it. So
there's some good stuff being planned, I think, and there's also going to be like a bicycle tour of the filming sites in Cochrane.
Yeah, so I have to get in touch with a couple of the guys that are organizing that out there and seeing what they're planning on doing. But you know what? I have a bicycle. I could ride my bike still. There we go. That would be not a
fantastic.
BMX bike. It's not a BMX bike, but hey, if someone wants to.
No problem at all. I mean, and I appreciate the tour that you gave me of the filming sites around Calgary.
Yeah, that was a fun day, wasn't it?
It was, and we wound up at Jimmy's A&A to get donors.
Yeah, yeah, that was. I remember going to that place years ago, so it's been around for a while too. So
it has some of the best that I've had up there.
Yes.
So let's rewind a bit. Let's go back to beginning. How did you get involved with Rad? How did you hear about it? Did you have to go through a casting, or how did that work?
Yes. So at the time, I was registered with a modeling agency, so I was doing a little bit of modeling. I had been in the Miss Calgary pageant. Everything seemed to happen in that 1985 year. I got into the Miss Calgary pageant. I placed in the top six finalists, and I won the talent contest because I was a dancer. I also did. I was in the Miss Hawaiian Tropic pageant contest.
Wow!
And I won that Calgary, and I had to drop out of going to Toronto because I was filming Rad, and I couldn't go to the Hawaiian Tropic competition in Toronto because I was filming Rad. And as it turned out, the people behind me, the second runner-up and third runner-up, nobody could go to the competition for the Miss Hawaiian Tropic, which would be Miss Hawaiian Tropic Canada in Toronto. So they came back to me and asked me again and asked if there's any way I could get out of doing a couple of days of filming to go participate in this competition in Toronto. So it just so happened that Hal Needham knew the owner of Hawaiian Tropic, Ron Rice, and they let me go for a weekend. And I missed one day of film competition with filming Rad. But if I had not have missed that one day, I would have won the competition. I was first runner-up for Miss Hawaiian Tropic Canada. And the only reason I didn't win was because I missed a day because I was filming Rad.
Well, do you have any regrets about that?
Pardon?
Do you have any regrets about that?
No, not at all. And while I was waiting in the hotel lobby in Toronto, I got to meet Tony Curtis.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
just walked in. He was filming a movie at the time down there, and he walked in, and these old ladies I was sitting with, and they said, "Oh, there's Tony Curtis," and he came over and talked to us all.
That's so cool.
So it was kind of priceless. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. So
very cool. And then, what was when you read the script for Rad? What were your first thoughts on that?
When I first got the part?
Yeah, well, did you read the script before it, or did you audition? Like, how did that all work?
Yeah, no, I auditioned. I auditioned with Hal Needham, and because I think because I had taken professional dancing for most of my life at that time. I think that's partly why I got the part. Maybe part of it anyway, right? Because I had the dancing scene, and I was a trained ballet, tap, and jazz dancer. So, so I got the audition, and then I got the part, and that was the very first movie I'd ever done. So I was pretty thrilled with that. I had done some local commercials in the city here, but nothing too big. I mean, after I did Rad, I did a couple other movies, but that was my start of acting, and I wasn't even planning on being in acting, but that's the way it worked, right?
Well, you're an iconic part of the film, so we're all excited about that. And I was going to say, you answered any question I had about your dancing background. Do you remember what they were looking for specifically?
No, no.
Okay.
No, I just went in.
Somebody who looked great and could fit the perfect 80s look.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just, I wasn't very old. I was only 21. And, it's nerve-wracking going into an audition. I didn't know who Hal Needham was. I didn't know anything about that kind of stuff. I just went to an audition. It was just kind of like another audition. And, I was pretty excited when I got the part. So, needless to say, it was a pretty exciting time in my life.
I can believe that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were making the movie, were you there most of the time or just on the days that you had scenes?
Pretty much just on the days that I had scenes. I only worked 10 days. So, yeah, I do remember the party that they have before the filming all starts, with all the actors and stuff. And I remember Eddie came out after I left, and he walked me to my car, and he tried to give me a kiss, and I said, "No, sorry, I have a boyfriend."
That's a great story.
Cracks me up now, but yeah. And I was, yeah. But I do remember that, and I remember trying to tell all the gentlemen. Nobody knew back then what a paralyzer or a Caesar were at a bar, like a drink, right? And I was trying to explain to them all that Caesars were actually invented in Calgary in 1969.
Wow. It's the same age that I am. So
yeah, it was. Yeah, I had some really good times. The girl that was played Tiger, her name was Bev, and I had never met her before, but we ended up being really good friends and went to some good parties after. And but we would drive out to Cochrane together quite often. And I remember driving home one night after filming out there. And Hal was driving the big cargo van, and he had all the guys in the van. So we're going from Cochrane to Calgary, and we're on the highway. So we're doing about 70 miles an hour. And all of a sudden, the passenger door opens, and we're like, what the hell's going on? Because they're driving. And next thing you know, there's Eddie hanging onto the top of the door, and he's road surfing. And I'm like, oh my God, these guys are nuts. Because, pretty dangerous if you think back on it now. But I don't know if Eddie remembers that story or that episode of doing what he did. But it was pretty interesting coming from following behind them, right?
Wow, so that is crazy. And I'll bet he remembers that.
Oh, I'm sure he probably would. So, yeah, that was fun. And I know the ass sliding thing was a big thing in the movie. I wasn't. I don't know where that was. I don't remember ever seeing that in my life growing up here. So that wasn't part of. But I know that was a big scene. But when I look at that part in the movie now, I'm thinking, oh my God, those guys went into that water in September. It would have been freezing cold.
Yeah. Apparently they got one take on that, and they were wearing wetsuits underneath.
Oh yeah, or else they might have gotten hypothermia, because that river is not a warm river even in the summer. So yeah, I wouldn't.
It's all snow melt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from the mountains, so yeah, it's glacier water. Comes from down.
Nice and cold. Oh, what a beautiful place that is.
Pardon?
I say, what a beautiful place that is, Banff. It's just that I've been there. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's and it's a fast flowing river. So the fact that they could actually stand up and take all that shot was quite. There must have been a bank or something that they could have done that, because that river has a pretty strong current in it.
I'm guessing they might have had some people downstream just in case.
Yeah, I think they might have had
to. So, what other great stories do you have from the film, from making the film?
What else do I remember?
Yeah, any good stories? Any funny stuff? Shenanigans?
don't know. The twins, they were nice guys, It just always looks so corny with them in that, those flying V space outfits. But they were really nice guys. They were really nice. They were very nice. And I hung out with them after shooting and stuff in their hotel room, and they were very, gentlemanly and just kind of nice guys, and got to know people on a personal level, which was kind of cool. Some of them. And I remember when they were filming some of Hell Track, it was really cold that one day, and they put we were standing, it was kind of freezing rain, and someone threw this big fur coat over me, and I guess somebody said that was a coat that Charles Bronson wore at one time. It was part of the stage props or something, so I don't know, but I think it was kind of like everybody kind of wore that coat if you were cold. While you were standing around waiting for the next scene. So, it was a long time ago, and I just, I wish back in those days we didn't have cameras, so we, to take pictures of everything that we did, right?
Right.
And I remember when they were doing the backflip scene, and we were in the pool, and I remember we had to walk up to the fence. Well, I guess that was Jose doing the backflip.
Yeah.
But I actually phoned him the other day.
Oh, God, he must have been so happy to hear from you.
I did it on Messenger.
Okay.
So I actually FaceTimed him somehow. And it was pretty interesting. He's gone through a little bit of rough times. We had a nice little chat.
He's a very intelligent guy. Like, I've had some really long conversations with him, and he knows a lot. So, when back at the time of filming, did you know anything about BMX at all?
No. No.
Okay.
No, I did not. I was a young girl, I was a dancer, so I wasn't into, and BMX, I think up here wasn't that big, maybe, as kids up here, I didn't see BMX bikes. Remember, we only have a few months of the year that you can ride bike. So,
that's true. That's very true.
Like, people ride their bikes now in the winter, but back in those days, I don't think people, there was I'm sure the young guys all rode their bikes, had the BMX bikes. But no, I did not know really anything about it too much,
Okay. What was it like working with Bart?
What's that? You're cutting in and out, so I can't.
Okay. What was it like working with Bart?
With Bart? I didn't work that much with him because I didn't dance with him. So Bev, the girl that played Tiger, was his sidekick. So she had more interaction with him. He was a nice guy, quiet. It was, when we went there, we just went and did our parts. It's not like we socialized a lot with some of the other characters, like
right.
The other, unless you were stuck waiting for a scene to be filmed, right? I remember talking to Marta one time when we were when they were doing the hall scene, the school, like when all the town folk are in the hall. I remember talking to her there. I don't remember talking to Bill or Lori too much outside, because they were the stars. So I was not the star. So, I didn't really talk to a lot of those people too much while we were filming. The one guy I did talk to was the cop, the old guy.
Oh, H.B. Haggard.
And then, yeah. And I had another interest. I don't know if in the United States how many people would know the band Triumph. But during that filming of that movie, the entertainment cop, like the cop that was like the city of Calgary cop that was assigned to be the special events policeman on that scene, and he did all the stunt doubles for the Haggerty fellow. And one night he says,
was riding around the lumber yard.
Yeah, his name was Rod Jarvis.
Okay,
and
that's interesting trivia.
He must. Yeah, and I talked to him a lot, and I said I was into music and rock and roll, and he said one day he came up and he said, "Hey, I gotta go do this side gig tonight. I gotta go pick up the bass player from the band Triumph from the airport because he's doing a 24-hour Pepsi challenge, and I gotta be the police escort." I said, "Wow, that's pretty cool. That's my favorite band." I said, "Can I come?" And he said, "Well, let me check." And he took me with him, and I got to meet the bass player from Triumph, and I got to go to in the Koppel or doing through the middle of the city during rush hour with doing a police escort, so with sirens going because they got to get through as fast as they possibly can. And he turned a blind eye when they were drinking wine on 17th Avenue out in the open. And we got to go into the radio stations and watch them do the interview. I got a demo album of the Never Surrender album. I got to meet Mike Levine, and he signed a couple pictures for me. And then at the end of the night, we escorted them back, and to the airport. And as they were leaving, he was going to Vancouver next. On a Learjet, and he said, "Hey, do you want to come to Vancouver with us?" And I said, "No, sorry, I'm filming a movie. I can't." And this year in May, that band is on their 35th reunion tour, and I'm going to see him. So I'm going to be excited.
Very cool.
I don't know if he would remember me, but I bet you he would. So he's the bass player. He's the bass player in the band. But they played it live. They played at a big concert in California a long time ago. The S Festival.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was my other offshoot story. That I got to do some neat things that I would never have done.
That is so cool. Love it.
Uh-huh.
Did you see the movie in the theater when it came out?
No, not originally. No.
Well, it's.
I videoed. I somehow got a bootleg tape of it somehow. VHS. Oh no! Okay. I can't remember. That was so long ago. But I have a copy. I have a VHS copy, and a fan emailed or sent me a Blu-ray copy of it too. So.
Oh, nice. Is it one of the Vinegar Syndrome ones? The limited edition? Wow, that's good. They only made 12
I think it is. I have it here somewhere. I just don't. I couldn't dig it out to find it tonight. So.
No worries. Did you have any idea of like how big it got for the fans when it came out on VHS? Because we couldn't really see it in the theater. Like I saw it in the theater the night it came out. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I never saw it in the theater. Until I went to the 25th anniversary.
Wow.
That was the first time I ever saw it in the theater on the big screen. I don't know why. I can't remember going to a theater. Maybe it didn't play up here back then. It must have. I don't know. I can't remember.
Well,
but I don't remember seeing it in.
Yeah, Dan McDonough, the guy that played the Mophead kid, the bushy red hair.
Yeah.
He talked to the theater manager and said, when this movie goes away, I want that poster. And the guy kept it for him, and he still has it framed. So he's got the original one sheet.
That's cool.
It lasted 3 weeks in the theater. For me, probably 3 days where I lived. I went back to see it less than a week later, and it was gone. But
I don't remember, but I get, but I was also a different age. Like, the people that would have been renting that were not 21-year-old girls. They were 15-year-old boys.
Of course.
Kids, right? So,
yeah.
I was doing lots of different things back then. So I just chalked that up as another thing I did. And then I didn't realize how big BMX was, especially in the States, right? So, and even when they were doing the 25th reunion, I just somehow got I heard about something was going on, and then I reached out to someone, because that's when I first started using Facebook, and I think it was Jeremy maybe that I reached out to,
okay. Yeah, and he's
I kind of
one of the people working on the 40th anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if any of them are coming up here this summer for...
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I do remember on the 25th, I can remember a lot of neat things with that. Because Eddie was there, Bill was there, I've got pictures with all of them. I got pictures of me riding on the back of Eddie's bike going down 8th Avenue, and here I'm in a long dress.
Nice.
And then I laid on the sidewalk, and he jumped over me.
Nice.
So I thought that was going to be in the documentary, but I was a little sad that my part in that wasn't in the documentary.
Yeah. Well, need to talk to Chris Phoenix about that.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole experience, I never imagined, that it would get this big 40 years later, right? So,
Well, I mean, it is a proper cult classic. It didn't have much of a life in the theater, but man, I was one of the kids that was renting that every time I could find it in stock at the rental place. So it's just, it's one of those things where it's just, yeah.
I would like to get a copy of that Australian one.
BMX Bandits?
The Australian copy of of Rad.
Of Rad? There's a different version.
Well, it's probably the same movie, but the outside cover is completely different.
Okay.
There's a couple of Rad fans that have. Maybe Chris, Chris McMurdy. I think he has a copy. Okay. Somebody's trying to auction them off now. So that would be kind of cool to have.
Yeah, it would.
Now I got to start collecting my own Rad stuff.
Well, you've got a collection of cool posters and stuff behind you as well. And while we're at it, what's your newest poster?
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Sorry. What is your newest poster?
My newest poster is right here. I'm still tweaking it a little bit, but it's more of an updated version. And I did not do this. My new husband, this was my present for Christmas. He got this all designed and made for me by his artist that does all this. He's a musician. He's in a band, Dr. Friday. And the artist that does all their artwork for their albums and stuff, did this for him. So his name is David Richardson, and he's a really creative dude. And so he made this. It's pretty. Look at the shoes, man.
Those are awesome. Very cool.
I'm pretty happy.
So
the outfit's a little bit different.
Yeah. Well.
What's that?
Updated, maybe. I was going to say, can people buy those?
You keep breaking up, so I can't hear you.
Sorry. I was saying, can people buy those? Are they prints?
Yes. Okay. They're for sale.
Okay. I'll
$25 US plus.
Okay.
$25 US. Yeah, autograph.
Okay. Very cool. Well, I'll definitely put information in the show notes about it. Where people can find you to order it and that kind of thing.
Sure. And then that would be plus shipping.
Yes.
On top, which is usually about $15. So, but yeah, that's cool my new poster. I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm hoping to maybe get T-shirts done up this time.
Ooh, all right.
So yeah, I'm working on that, and I'm also working on trying to recreate the outfit because I am a seamstress as well, and I'm gonna try and I have some material, and I'm gonna try and recreate that outfit and see if anybody wants to buy some of those.
There you go. That's awesome.
But I gotta make the first one first. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah. One of my talents I learned as a dancer. I had to make my own costumes.
That's great. Did you make the one for Rad?
No, I did not. No, they made that one, and they basically back in those days they didn't have a lot of spandex, so it doesn't stretch a lot. So they kind of sewed me into it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty tight. But, put it this way, my kids wore it when they were 10. Yeah, it looked good on screen, but yeah, but it's still. Well, here I'll just grab it here. You can see there's all the autographs. Can you see the signatures?
Yep, that's really cool.
That's Hal right there. But yeah. Then hang on, I have some other things a little bit up close. There's a picture of me and Hal.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, that was very neat. Meeting all those people again at that 25th. So I am excited about the 40th and seeing what will happen with all of that.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make it up there too, and I'm trying to get Jeremy and Kurt on the list. I wanted to ask you: is there anything about the movie or your role that you appreciate more now than you did back then?
You cut in and out there.
Is there anything about the movie or your role that you appreciate more now than you did back then?
Is there anything more I appreciate now than I did back then?
Yeah.
Is that what you asked me?
Yes.
Well, I wish I would have known more back then, because I would have wished I would have, knew what I was signing and, what my rights were and stuff like that. But, I'm at a point in my life where I believe everything in life happens the way it happens for a reason. We might not always know the answer why life turns out the way it does. We all go down, life isn't always perfect. And I've gone through bad times and good times, and, it's just how we power through and come out the other side, right? So,
Absolutely.
I just wish I would have had a little bit more guts, maybe, back there. I was always very shy, and I don't know, I portrayed a different image, but I was always very shy and scared.
Well, you're a good actor, then.
I pushed through, right? So, that's, I just believe that, hindsight's 20/20, but, we have to go through life in order to experience it, right? Like someone told me, you can't go to the gym and get someone else to do your push-ups and get the results, right? You got to do your own, stuff and live your own life, If you live your life for someone else, if I can tell anybody anything, if you live your life for yourself and, do what makes you happy, because we only have one gig, at this games. Let's just try and, live life to the fullest is my motto these days.
Fantastic.
This year, 2026, is my year of adventure.
Very good.
So
very good.
I'm hoping we were hoping to go skiing next week or this week, but it's too hot. The snow's the snow's going to be too sticky to go skiing. So.
Ooh. All right.
We'll do that when we come back from Mexico. We're going to Mexico for 2 weeks.
Nice. Well, enjoy that. That'll probably be a nice switch from the cold.
I can't hear you.
I say it'll probably be a nice switch from the cold.
Yes. Yes. That's why we were gonna try and say we were skiing 1 week and on the beach the next, but maybe we'll have to do it the other way around.
There you go.
On the beach and then go back out skiing.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I hope to see you at the 40th. So as you can tell, we started having bad connection issues, which hopefully will be fixed by the time I'm recording my next interview. Some of it's already been resolved, but it's still a work in progress. Thank you so much for staying on till the end. And don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and even better, a good review on whatever platform you're listening or watching on. I'm putting Kellie's info in the show notes for anybody who's interested in getting one of her posters. And please stay tuned for the next episode. Hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end of this episode. Please hit that like and subscribe button and check out our other episodes.